it?
I can,
Chris?
Yeah. Let me see if I can see where we are
See
here.
where we are there?
How's that?
That's good, I think.
Good.
Hey, everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. I have a super, super special guest in the shop today. My dad, Mike Flaherty, to my left, your right. Dad, how are you?
I'm doing well.
You look really handsome today.
Well, you know, in 20 years, you're going to look exactly like me.
I think my hair is getting white too, and I think it's cool. So yeah.
Yeah, if I had a white beard, it'd be exactly what you look like in 20 years.
I was talking to Carrie Ann, and I'm like, "Can I shave this off yet?" And she's like, "Do it in stages, but not that mustache, because I like to have the first responder mustache when I shave." And she's like, "No, because if you cut all the beard off, your face looks really short." So yeah, but it's getting hot, and I hate having, and it's kind of like pokes out this way in the morning. So yeah, I don't care for it. So anyway, guys, today is Thursday, and as you guys know, we always try to do a little bit of a live thing on Thursday, and this one kind of is a no-brainer, okay, so hold on before we go too far though. Chris is working behind the camera in case anyone goes, "Hey, where's Chris?" Because everyone needs to know where Chris is.
Chris is right here.
So we heard about this a while ago, and I don't know why we never did anything with it, but you are part of the Ozarks Amphitheater at Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Is this in Missouri or Missouri?
It's in Missouri.
Missouri.
Yes.
But I have a sneaking suspicion, and that is that you guys watching like ZZ Top as much as I do. And on August 6th.
Friday, August 6th.
That's so it's a Friday too? That's cool.
Yes.
So Friday, August 6th, ZZ Top is going to be at the Ozarks Amphitheater. Ozarks Amphitheater.
And Lake of the Ozarks.
And Lake of the Ozarks. And Chris and I are planning on going too. And there was some talk about going to the Summer NAMM show. And we thought, you know what? What if we went and saw ZZ Top in Missouri instead? So tell me about Lake of the Ozarks and the Ozarks Amphitheater. How did you even get involved in that?
I have two friends that were formerly the food, beverage, and merchandise concessionaires at Red Rocks Amphitheater in the late 90s into early 2000s.
Okay.
And after they sold out to Aramark, they missed the music business and looked from time to time around to try to find another venue to operate. They actually put an offer in on Mishawaka.
Okay.
And at the time I said, "Holy Christ, that's 80 miles away."
Yeah.
So I got a call a year later and said, "We bought an amphitheater in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, which is 805 miles away." Okay.
And there's bugs.
Yes.
No, I think it's cool though. I like that part of the world, and it's humid, so I can't really hang out there too much. But so you've been doing this for several years now.
Since 2015.
Wow. That is okay. I didn't even remember that. Well, but what about with COVID? That kind of put a damper on everything.
It killed us.
Yeah.
Like all of the small venue operators, independent venue operators, we suffered tremendously in 2020. We were able to put on one show, and that was it, because there weren't any acts that were touring because they couldn't have any place to play.
Yeah.
So we had one small act that was willing to come to us, and that was it. It was a total disaster.
But now concerts are starting to happen again. Venues are starting to open back up. Chris is trying to give us beer.
Yes, he is.
And you guys have a bunch of shows going on this summer. And the one that I'm the most excited about is my favorite band of all time, ZZ Top. I used to say that I was into everything from AC/DC to ZZ Top, but really I just like those two bands. So, but yeah, this is awesome because it's the oldest touring act with all the original guys doing all the songs that you guys love. And the cool part about it is, if you guys want to go to the show at Ozarks Amphitheater, Chris and I are going to be there. You can hang out with us. But the neat part is, it's not a huge venue, right?
It's we've got 10,000 seats, so we're not small, but we don't seat everyone. This year we've did some social distancing.
Okay.
And we're not going to have a show that's over 50% capacity. And we have 10,000 seats, plus we have one that'll seat another 3,000. So we're going to stay under that 50% number.
So for you guys doing the math in your head, that means there's going to be less than 7,000 people. You're going to need a gun to get in to see ZZ Top at at Ozarks Amphitheater, because it's there's going to be so many people that want to do this. And not because Chris and I are going to be there, but because it's ZZ Top. I mean, Chris and I'll be there too. But imagine like a small venue like that, and you get to be right up. It's not like you're at the Enormo Dome, like they said on the Spinal Tap thing, where you're going to be miles and miles away from the act. The last time I saw ZZ Top outside was at Red Rocks, and how many seats does Red Rocks have?
About 9,500.
So, and that was a cool small show, and you're gonna have 3,000 people less than that. And so, if you guys want to get in on that, okay. So I left the link up in the description below, but it's ozarksamphitheater.com, and every single show, including ZZ Top. What's the thing where it says you can buy tickets for ZZ Top and then special seating? What does that mean?
Special seating is basically our preferred seating areas. We have a tented area and a what we call the party deck. And with that, you get free parking, or parking is included. And you also get table service.
So like
as well
lap dancing from ZZ Top comes out and gives you a face dance.
Maybe if you're real nice to them.
Okay, I'm betting that won't happen. But yeah, I've been saying face dance for a long time, and I got that from my dad and my Uncle Bob. We weren't at a face dance bar, but someone or another was talking about it, and Uncle Bob and my dad were like, over there, they're getting a face dance or something. So how many Flahertys are going to be at the ZZ Top show?
That's a good question. I've invited all of them.
Okay.
And actually, I want some of them to come. Maybe not all of them, but some of them.
So you might get to hang out with my notorious uncles and my even more notorious aunts if you come, because I guarantee you, if they come, they will be at what Chris and I are going to call our meet and greet. So what, Chris, Phyllis, what do you think about them? It's been a long time since we've had a meet and greet. But we want to do that. Like we wanted to do that several times a year, like at the NAMM shows and stuff. Right. I think this is a great time. If you guys want to get in on this, let me know, and we'll figure out a place where we can all get together and have some drinks and tell stories. Or maybe there's some face dancing bars there, and my Uncle Bob will. My Uncle Bob's not going to go to a face dance bar, but my Uncle Larry might. And so how many other shows you guys have? Like Styx and REO Speedwagon and a bunch of other like a bunch of country guys who I don't know who they are. What other big acts are coming this?
Well, we have summer? The Beach Boys.
Oh yeah, I totally spaced that out. The Beach Boys. That's cool. I remember what I was going to ask you. You guys have, so it's not just you would think at Lake of the Ozarks there'd be mostly classic rock and country. Yeah. But sometimes you get like rap acts, right?
We have had a couple of rap acts.
And some of those guys have kooky things that they want like on their rider, right?
They always have kooky things that they want on the rider. And I think part of it just, are you paying attention to what we ask for?
So that's what, like the David Lee Roth thing with the brown M&Ms, right? Yeah. He could look immediately and go, well, if you don't pay attention to that, then there's probably some money that I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
So well, that's awesome. How many, so you got a whole summer worth of shows booked. We're on the downhill slide out of the whole COVID-19, where everyone's getting ready to go back to having fun and seeing live music this summer, and that is really, really awesome. Does anyone have any questions, Chris, for
no
for
questions,
the old man yet?
Several fun comments.
Such as?
Brad Hutchings says 3 Flahertys would be louder than any amp Billy Gibbons has.
Hey, I have a hard hearing problem here. Yeah. Give me a break.
So does Matt.
What?
Yeah. I see where you get your sense of humor from Slacker Deluxe. Richard Autorina says we know where Matt gets his chops.
That's right.
2 years ago, Tom Mogo says 2 years ago in Tampa, ZZ Top and Cheap Trick.
Oh, that'd be an
Amazing.
awesome show. Yeah.
Well, we've got ZZ Top and George Thorogood, so we're going to be bad to the bone.
Wait, George Thorogood's going to be
with
there too?
ZZ Top. Yeah.
see,
I
now,
was going to ask if there was an opening band, and I thought it's going to be somebody I never heard of, and I was right. No.
So wait a minute.
Hey. Who sung more songs about Bo Diddley?
Who sung the second most songs about
Correct.
Bo Diddley?
Yes.
George Thorogood.
George Thorogood.
Dad, do you know who sang the most songs about Bo Diddley?
No. Who?
Bo Diddley. Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
On
All
his
right.
first album, he had 3 songs he had 2 songs
Called
Bo Diddley.
Yeah.
Hey Bo Diddley and Bo Diddley, and then he also had one called Diddley,
Yeah.
Diddley Beat or
Did he
Diddley
have
something.
Diddley Squat?
Yeah.
And he had Diddy Ba or something like that. Yes, yeah.
So
Anyway.
so that's I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
That's
so George Thorogood.
extra
That's
cool.
too.
So
yeah.
you get Lonesome George and ZZ Top. One time I saw ZZ Top and Stray Cats open, and then which was awesome because it was all the original guys from Stray Cats, and then the Pretenders, and I'm like, I don't really. I mean, the Pretenders are fine, I guess, but wasn't really what I. But yeah, George Thorogood, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. How do you know how much tickets are? I mean, you can go to the website, right?
You can go to the website,
Okay.
as Matt said, it's ozarksamphitheater.com. And when you go to the website, when you go online, make sure you go to our website. Don't get taken in by any of those rotten second.
Those crumb bums.
Yep.
Because I looked
They're
at the.
scalpers. Get away from the scalpers. Go
But
to
even
ozarksamp.com. If you're paying more than $60, don't go there.
So
even that's a not that that's the right price to pay, but even that is not a bad price for a ZZ Top George Thorogood.
yeah,
show.
so if it's under $100, that seems like that's a no brainer.
It's ZZ Top.
It's ZZ Top. Yeah. What do you think the likelihood is? Chris and I don't have any illusions that we're going to be able to hang out with the guys from ZZ Top, but what do you suppose the likelihood is that we could make a guitar that those guys could see, and then they call us backstage and go, hey there, young fella, I really like this here guitar, or whatever they say. I can't do Billy Gibbons' voice, but yeah.
Just gonna talk real slow.
Well, we'll give it a try.
We're gonna
Build
give
a
it a try.
guitar and see what happens.
So we have a bunch of cool guitars that would be ready if we just kind of kicked them in the ass a little bit. We could have one of our challengers that could be ready to go to that. Man, that'd be great. And if nothing else, I'm sure we can get the guys from ZZ Top to sign it.
That's
And then
a possibility.
then we'll have some rock and roll memorabilia. But yeah, maybe we'll get to hang out with here's the thing. If you don't go, you won't get to meet the guys from ZZ Top. If you do go, you might not, but there's still a chance. So you got to put yourself out there, right, Chris?
Yep.
You're going to see him personally on stage at minimum.
Is there anyone who do we know that would be crazy enough to run out on stage just to try to bust past security? And Doug Cook, I bet you would.
Yep.
do it.
Doug says 10-hour drive to the venue. Might be
See?
a possibility.
See, so
Yep.
yeah, this would be an awesome. So we talked about going to the Summer NAMM show, and we're like, it just I would love to do it, but Nashville's a long way, and it would be a lot of time away from the shop. And I've got a bunch of guitars that we have to do. I was showing my dad around, and I'm like, hey, look at all these guitars we have to finish, and so that still has to happen. But Missouri is closer to us than Tennessee. And we could go, and then we could see ZZ Top. And if you guys want to meet us there, we could all hang out there. So, I mean, it's for a little bit anyway. I don't know where we're going to do this meet and greet, but if you guys want to do it, please send me an email. You can send me an email through my website and say, hey, I want to come to this. I already got tickets, or hey, I want to buy you and Chris tickets to go see ZZ Top, or whatever you want to do. And then we can figure out a place where we can do a meet and greet, and we can hang out. And either before the concert or something. That'd be a great. Oh man, I had no idea it was George Thorogood too. That's really cool.
Yep.
So
We can put you up at Van Hook's bait shop right next door.
Is it a live bait shop?
Not anymore.
Okay. All right. Is that code for it's a face dance bar?
No,
I
unfortunately.
What do you say, Chris? When we first started this, I'm like, yeah, let's see if anybody wants to do it, and then we'll decide if we want to go. But I think we should do this.
I think we should go no matter what.
Okay.
I haven't seen ZZ Top in quite a while, and My neighbors keep telling me I got to go see the amphitheater because my neighbors are part owners in this, which is the weirdest 6 degrees. It's like 1.5 degrees of separation.
So Chris lives across the street neighbor, right? Next door neighbor. And he has, he's part owner, and he also does like barbecue stuff.
Yeah, and he also has a barbecue thing that he does.
Will there be a barbecue thing there? Or?
We do have barbecue there, and it's awesome. Robert's Barbecue that we cook there.
I've had that, and it is really good.
Yeah, so it's a small world.
So this is an event that we're sort of still working on this plan, but here's what you get so far. ZZ Top, and you got to buy a ticket, but you get to see ZZ Top. You get to hang out with me and Chris, and you get to hang out with Mike Flaherty. Yes. You never know how many other Flahertys are going to be there. You also get to eat barbecue. It's a win-win. So I would like to know if you guys think this is a cool idea. It's a fun idea. Let me know. Looks like we got a super chat here from Royd Flows. Sent $10. What's the most time-consuming part of a guitar build? Royd, the most time-consuming part is sanding, because there's so much of it to do. You've got to sand, shape, and things like that, and then after the finish is on, you have to sand, and there's just sanding and sanding and sanding. What do you think, Chris? What do you think the most time-consuming part of a guitar build is?
It's all a bunch of little steps. But yeah, there's some pretty delicate sanding at some point, and there's some pretty delicate buffing at some point.
You and I have gotten our technique down for a lot of the woodworking stuff to where it I'm not going to say it's fast, but it flows pretty well. Mm-hmm. But finishing is still the hardest part, but the most time-consuming part is the most. If you were to say there's 100 steps, what one step takes the most time? It's probably the sanding.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, getting it to be right, knowing when it's time to move forward and when you have to keep sanding.
Yep,
that's another thing we discovered that just a little bit ago. Gary Redburn from Oklahoma, 5.5 hours from the house. That'd be awesome to see Gary.
That's like practically next door.
Maybe lots of Oklahoma fans. Come on up, Gary.
Gary was here for our Mike Learn build, and he's got a guitar that's going. If Gary comes, do you think we could have Gary's guitar ready by the 6th, Chris? It's got to have purple, flake, and Mike Learn pinstripes. It's bound.
That's literally a month away.
Yeah, I know.
No, 2 months away. 64 days.
64 days.
Yeah, is what the thing.
What's the matter with you? Yeah,
possibly.
So if Gary comes, he's gonna be. I need to have my guitar. And he was a cop, so yeah, he's.
Yeah.
No, that guy's cool. That dude's as cool as the other side of my pillow. There's a fly buzzing.
There is.
Today's
the first day of flies.
No, there was a fly yesterday buzzing.
Oh, was there?
Okay.
He was over
the same one.
It might be.
Yeah. Yep. Pyroman says it's on my birthday and only 2.5 hours away.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a no-brainer then. Yeah.
If you're in the Midwest, anywhere, come to Ozarks Amphitheater.
I love it. I love the idea of it. So who else? Stupid fly,
man.
So you guys have festival seating. And how does that work?
We've got 10,000 fixed seats.
Okay.
And again, because we're socially distancing, we won't be selling all of those seats. We also have a lawn that will seat another 3,000, but we won't be doing that. We probably have some lawn seating for ZZ Top.
What kind of beer do you have at the venue?
We have all kinds of beer.
Okay.
The best seller of our last show was Busch Light.
Okay.
It was a buck less than everything else.
That's a very Midwest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everywhere in Nebraska. Well, what do you got? Well, of course, we got Busch and Busch Light.
What? Did you know that we are getting Texas Toast beer?
I heard that.
Yes, and it's going to be come to you in genuine stolen cans. So Chris and I are actually going to be meeting with Chris and Jim Jam Jimmy over at Odyssey Beer Works this Sunday, and they're going to basically try to get me drunk on like this really high test beer, I think, that I'm not used to, because like this is about as heavy duty as I get, is a light beer. So do you think there's going to be anything that I even like, Chris?
Yeah, I think there's going to be some things that you don't hate, that you might even
that you don't hate,
come to enjoy. You'll be like, oh, this is okay. Because I think what you think we're going to do is just feed you a bunch of like IPAs and high test stuff, and that's not going to happen.
I'll be able to see that in the glass if that's
Well, yeah, but don't just go by color.
Okay.
It should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I am too. Are we gonna have Texas toast in between the beers?
We could, yeah.
For what do you call that?
Aperitif?
Yeah,
no,
an aperitif.
A palate cleanser.
A palate cleansing piece of white bread.
Yep.
I don't know if that's how that works, but yeah.
Just eat some butter in between each.
So, Chris, what's your favorite ZZ Top song?
Man,
I like them all. Remember that time we went to Graceland and the lady was like, you're like, hey, what's your favorite Elvis song? Oh, I like them all. There's no way to
yeah.
I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I've liked ZZ Top for so long. I really do like a ton of songs, and I like every era of ZZ Top.
Yeah,
I mean, I like some of the old original stuff. I love Eliminator and Afterburner. I think those are great. I like some of the new stuff. I don't like to say one song's my favorite song.
The cool part about ZZ Top, though,
but I'll go with Legs.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna go with Brown Sugar. You have a favorite, Dad?
I like Legs too.
I'm
with Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about, like, sometimes when you see these bands that have been around for a long time, hey, here's one off our new album, and everyone's like, new album? Yeah. No one gives a toss about your new album. We want to hear whatever you had. So with ZZ Top, you'll get some new stuff, but they play all the stuff that you want to hear too. Yeah. You guys know. I mean, and if you haven't ever seen ZZ Top, you get 50 plus years of the band in one show. They play all the stuff that you want to hear.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm looking forward to petting the Longhorn steer.
I'm not sure if they do that.
I think they always have a Longhorn steer with them.
So Doug Cook says, I think we could get a Texas Toast party tent at the show. I would definitely make it for that. So Doug, I don't know if we can make that happen, but what I can tell you is that there will be a Texas Toast party somewhere either that day or that night before the show or after the show. And it's going to be fun. And you never know, Mrs. Toast might even be there. She's got to work tonight, but yeah, she might decide that. It really depends on if we still have a dog by then. He's getting old, and I don't know how much longer he's going to make it. But anyway,
it was a bit of a downer.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it is kind of a downer, but you know what? That's the way. That's kind of the way it goes.
Yeah, it is.
Look, do you want to see Mrs. Toast or not? Yeah, something's got to give, right? Because no one's gonna watch our dog.
Don't say it that way.
Our dog's gonna bite somebody. I mean, it's not like we can just have hey, come over and watch our dog. No,
don't worry, he's old.
Don't worry, so he don't bite too hard.
Yeah, and even bit your mother. So.
He bites Actually, he never bit you. You came breezing in the backyard one day and oh hey dog, and I don't know. I don't think he's ever bitten anyone named Mike. And he's been around a couple 3 mics, and
that's Mrs. Toast thinks that's a thing.
Is she there, or are you just remembering that she's
no? That's that she always said that.
Well, so guys, I want you to mark your calendars. August 6th, ZZ Top and George Thorogood, Ozarks Amphitheater, Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. I know a lot of you guys who live real near there, and I know a bunch of you guys who live close enough that you could go. If you guys want to hang out with us and talk about guitars and have some beers and then go see George Thorogood and ZZ Top, that would be so much fun. I would love to do that. And I can tell by the look on Chris's face, you can't see it, but I know he would dig it too. So are there any other questions before let's wrap this one up early, Chris? Do we have any other things that we need to
I don't think so.
And the other cool thing is it's a small-ish venue. In other words, it's not at like at a giant,
not a stadium show.
No. So it's
an intimate amphitheater, not a bad seat in the house.
An intimate setting. That's right.
Yes.
An evening with George Thorogood and ZZ Top in an intimate setting. Loud but intimate.
Only 1,500 seats left too.
Oh, that's right.
Get your orders in now.
I bet
OzarksAmphitheater.com.
I bet Chris and I should probably buy tickets because there won't be any more tickets after this goes live.
That is exactly right. They're going to be gone tomorrow.
I'm hoping that all of all of the heavy hitters from the Texas Toast audience will come out. That would be really fun. We've talked about doing a thing at the NAMM show. This seems like just as much fun, possibly more fun, and easier to get to for us. So, anything else, Chris, before we wrap it up? Chris?
No, I don't think
Still
so.
with us? Okay.
Why are you
come and see ZZ Top?
Yes.
Are you looking at me? Says, when I was in my 20s, I met a guy who made guitars. He said he was building some guitars for Billy and Dusty. I told him that I loved ZZ Top. He asked me if I wanted to go with him backstage. I was married and I was scared it would be too much fun, so I told Wayne I'd better not.
Oh, was that Greg Pearl?
No, it's.
Oh, okay.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh, okay. It's probably Greg.
It's probably
Pearl.
Greg Pearl. Yeah.
You know, Greg lives right by there.
Yeah, he does.
Greg is like right there.
Yeah, if he doesn't come, I'll take it as a personal.
We should just stay at his house.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how close Greg lives.
Yep.
So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We're gonna call it an early night tonight, because it's a special Thursday, and yeah,
you're gonna beat ZZ Top.
Yeah, how are we gonna beat ZZ Top?
How are you gonna follow that up?
So we will see. We do not have a reveal for tomorrow, but we do have a live stream on Sunday. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be live from Odyssey Beer Works in Arvada, Colorado. Chris and Jimmy and Chris are going to try to their best to make sure that I wake up Monday morning with a hangover, but it's not going to happen. And you guys are going to be there for the whole thing. So until then, guys, this is Matt at Texas Toast.
And Mike at Texas Toast.
Reminding you that life is short. You might as well go to some cool concerts. You can, again, check out Ozarks Amphitheater and George Thorogood's ZZ Top. We'll see you guys August 6th. It's going to be a lot of fun.
At the Lake of the Ozarks, Ozarks Amphitheater. Be there or be square.